Welcome to Straight Back with Gulf News and Mr. Cricket, Anis Sajan. Uh, After a stunning and comfortable clinical win, rather, by the Chennai Super Kings against RCB, I will put you on to Mr. Anis Sajan. What are your thoughts of today's match, Anis?
Thank you, Satish. Thank you to all the beautiful people of Gulf News. Welcome to Arjan, smiling Arjan after winning for CSK.
Yes,
Hussein
sir.
must be a bit disappointed, but nonetheless, I would say that RCB lost a golden opportunity. And I repeat, a golden opportunity to put this across CSK. They were 111 for no loss after 13 overs. They could have
Correct.
easily posted 180 or 190 on this wicket. Even though this wicket slowed down a little bit, I'm afraid they lost their pace and the innings were in shattered, and they ended up scoring less than 50 in the last 7 overs. And that is where they lost the match.
True. Yeah, in fact, they lost 5 wickets for the addition of 14 runs, if I remember right, from 140 for one. They were 156 in 20 overs, which is, I think, as Kohli would have rightly said, they were about 20 runs or 25 runs short. And I'll take it on to Arjan. He must be smiling there. Arjan, what are your thoughts about the match? Did you expect such an easy win?
So when I was watching it and I saw 100 for no loss, and in the end, when it was, I think it was 156, I was very surprised because RCB were getting that momentum, and when they suddenly just collapsed, it was a shining time for CSK. And in the second innings too, CSK played really well. The batsmen were hitting very good shots, and quite it was quite spread out the runs that were made from the batsmen. So all in all, a team effort from CSK.
Very
Yes.
good. And Hussein, you must be gutted after such a performance where after 92 all out in the previous game and 110 or 111 no loss. Uh, what are your thoughts about it?
Absolutely. That start from RCB was totally bang on. Going around 140 for one, surely 190 was on the cards. But again, blame is on RCB and kudos to CSK. They got that boundary and knocked the every other ball off. Good chase by RCB by CSK.
Yeah, Anis Bhai, I would like to ask you this question. Like, batting was a problem in the previous game, but do you think the bowlers did not capitalize on the wicket for RCB because it was the ball was stopping, it was not a good conducive wicket for stroke play. So maybe if they had bowled on the right areas, could they have restricted the run flow and then pulled Chennai back?
You can say that, Satish, but let me be very honest. You have to give credit to CSK openers, both Faf and Rituraj Gaikwad. They knew that after few overs, the wicket slowed down like how it had happened in the RCB innings. They capitalized on the power play, and at 6 overs, they were at 60, and probably that is where they lost their first wicket when Faf got out. But nonetheless, like you mentioned about the bowling of RCB, yes, the pace bowlers did not come to the party, and I'm afraid Asranga did not have a good game, but knowing him, I'm sure he'll bounce back. He's the number 2 bowler in the world. He's known for his guile. Sometimes you have bad days, and one of those days, Hasranga, if he had supported Chahal, probably RCB would have been in the reckoning. But credit to CSK batsmen. As Hussein mentioned, they were hitting the boundary and taking the singles every over.
Yeah, Hassan, to you, do you think maybe Washington Sundar or some other bowler would have helped uh, RCB, or what are your thoughts on that?
I feel Mr. Cricket rightly mentioned Hasaranga should have supported Chahal, and I also feel Hasaranga is a very good bowler. Maybe not his day, and I think Sundar is also injured, and he would have played in place of Hasaranga. But nonetheless, let's see. Let's bounce back. RCB still has a chance to qualify in the top four. We still have 4 to 5 games left.
Five
Let's see
games.
how it pans out. Yeah, 5 games. So let's see how
Five
it pans
games.
out. We still have
Yeah,
a very good chance.
Arjan, what do you think that CSK need to do? Should Raina go back to number 3, or should they continue with left-hander, other left-hander.
I think Raidu should be there. But Raina, sure, he's a great batsman. I think he's the number second scorer in the IPL.
Number 3.
Number three. And he should be moved up the order, uh, but I think my ideal lineup would be Gaikwad, Faf, Raidu, then Raina, because then you get all of those batsmen at the same area, and it eventually becomes the key to success.
So when does your captain come?
The captain a little bit lower down the order. Maybe
To finish the game.
you want more runs at the beginning of the game, so that you can win the game faster. Only if the game's going on for long, then Dhoni should be there. But otherwise, if it's like a short, quick game, I think batsmen like Moeen Ali should pick it up.
Okay,
Wow.
Anis bhai, I'm coming back to you. Probably the last question. Do you think Kohli coming back into the form will augur well for RCB? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Yes, you have to say that he played a very good inning. In fact, both he and Devdutt looked in prime form, and Virat Kohli was bang on from ball one. And he was always in form. The problem is this white ball cricket was never a problem. It's red ball cricket was a problem. So he was always scoring runs. It's just about, I am somehow not comfortable Virat Kohli opening the innings. But when he scores runs, you can't complain. My only problem is, suppose if he gets out early, there is panic in the dugout. Because when Virat Kohli is at the crease, the opposition also feels scared that this man is at the crease. He can finish the game off. And Virat Kohli is known. I mean, who will be able to reach 10,000 runs? He's just 10 runs short of reaching 10,000 runs.
And of course, I think the form of or lack of form of AB and Maxwell is not helping the team's cause as well, isn't it?
To some extent, you know what I felt today, probably RCB missed a trick was to send Maxwell one down rather than sending AB de Villiers. Okay, AB de Villiers is a much bigger player than Maxwell, but the platform was set because Ravindra Jadeja, I'm afraid, went for just 31 runs in 4 overs, were not acceptable. Maxwell would have gone after him on the slow Sharjah ground. But all is all that.
Sorry,
yeah, Arjan,
sorry.
go ahead.
I would like to comment on Kohli's captaincy. I know a lot of people were criticizing about Dhoni being mentor because he may take Kohli's role. But I think it's a good thing because Kohli cannot do it by himself. He needs a little bit of guidance from Dhoni. I mean, it would have added a little bit of spice to the match if in the strategic timeout, Dhoni would have given a few tips to Virat Kohli about how to captain.
Oh,
That's a
no,
good dig, Hassan. Hussain, you
Satish,
got to respond to that. Yeah, you can go ahead, Anis. You
No.
go on.
Let Hussain finish, and then we want balle balle from Arjan of his team winning.
I feel
Come on, Hussain.
RCB's T20 record is not so bad, as in compared to matches played. He's won a good percentage of the matches, and I feel he'll do a very good job in the T20 World Cup. Maybe his IPL record is not so good, but T20 World Cup record, he'll do a good job.
Anis bhai, your concluding thoughts.
All right. So now the issue for RCB, before we go to Arjan for his last balle balle, is that they are stuck at 10 points. They still obviously have 5 matches to go. So even if they win 3 matches, they will reach 16. So they should be able to find a place. The problem is their run rate. And the second thing, what must be bothering RCB tomorrow, if Rajasthan Royals go on to beat Delhi, they will go ahead of RCB. And then if KKR goes on to win their next match, they also go ahead. So then RCB drops back further. So that must be worrying Virat Kohli because the other 2 teams are catching up. But nonetheless, we cannot be doing ifs and buts. They have their own destiny in their hand. If they go on to win 3 matches out of 5, they should be going through.
I would like to add on what Mr. Sargent said, and RCB have actually messed up the table. They've just climbed the ranks way too high. They've also defeated a couple of teams that actually were supposed to be on top of the table. they've kind of just made a mess. It's just going to be a huge fight in the end. Nobody knows who's going to qualify. CSK obviously going to qualify, but nobody knows who else can qualify because all of the points are so close.
All right. We need a balle balle from you before we sign off.
Yeah.
Come on, Arjan.
Oh, very good.
Come on, make some noise for CSK.
Nice,
Arjan.
nice. Come on.
CSK, CSK, Chennai, Chennai Super Kings. Chennai, Chennai Super Kings. CSK,
Well done.
go CSK.
Well done.
Well done. Well done.
All right.
Okay. On that happy note, let's see for of course the CSK fans, and hopefully RCB will be doing well in the next few games, and more to come in the next few matches where the tables could be changing every second game, every game. So we will keep a watch on the IPL, what's unfolding over the next week, which will give us a clearer picture, hopefully. And thanks for joining us. Thanks, Anis Bhai. Thanks, Arjan. Thanks, Hussain, for your wonderful time. And do follow us on gulfnews.com and all the social media channels. Thank you. We will catch up with you for the next game.
Thank you. Good night. Take care.
Thank you.